Hello friends, Susan Boback here, continuing with some basic beginner watercolor techniques using re-inkers and water and watercolor paper. Now on the first two ones I showed on another video, this one is where I added water to the paper first so that it was wet. Then I took my paintbrush with the wet ink and I drew it across, and I wanted you to see how it spreads in the water. Now this is dry. Now this is the second one I did, and it is upside down here, but this one I did dry. And then I took a piece of toilet tissue and I made little spots here to make clouds. Now that one is also dry. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can make a sun or a moon in the sky or white caps to separate your sky from your water. So yes, you could leave a space there, but chances are the ink is going to run into it. So this is what I use. It's called a wax resist stick. It's like a crayon, but it's wax. You could even use a candle if you didn't have something like this. I have done that. I have used a little votive candle. And what you're doing then is you're creating a space with the wax that the ink won't go to. It will cover it, but then you can wipe it off with paper, or it will completely stay away from that. So when you look at this print then, what I did first was I made the moon or the sun right here really well, coloring it in. And I made some white caps that I knew was going to separate my sky and water. So that's what I've done here. I've turned this because when I looked at this, I thought this really could be snow into a mean winter sky, or this could be a high wave out on the water. So I'm just going to take my wax resist crayon, I guess I'll call it, and I'm just going to with quite a bit of pressure, I'm just going to scribble along here and maybe make a few little spots in here. Of course, you can't see it. That would be white caps. Now, remember, this is just practice. This is just basic watercoloring techniques with ink. Now, I think you can see how that white edge is created. Now, even though this might not look like anything that you could use, you're going to finish it, and then you're going to let it dry, and then you're going to come back to it at another time. And I have found with my own art that sometimes it's helpful just to walk away, especially if you're frustrated, but to walk away if you have no idea how you're going to use it. I have often found a drawer full or a box full of these prints that I don't even remember making because I made so many. Now just take some Kleenex and just while this is wet, just come across here like this. And you can see it takes away the ink, the wet ink. I think this is one of the most fun things to do. So we're going to let that one dry. Now let's see how we can make this other one into some kind of a print. I really have to laugh at this. I think it's laughable funny how this turned out. But again, I don't know how it's going to work out. So I'm going to take my same wax resist crayon, and I'm going to create a space here. And assuming this remains the sky, there's nothing I can do about putting, well, you know what? Let's try it. I'm going to try the wax resist on top of the dry paint. Then I'm going to add some more ink. I keep saying paint. I'm sorry about that. And I think I'll add some more. I'll add wax resist to my little bit of clouds. Now we're going to take the ink again, the diluted ink, and we're going to run it across here. And look, they're not white, but it does make some shapes. And let's see how it looks here. Remember, when we're practicing and when we're just playing, there's no need to get uptight or frustrated with yourself that it didn't work out, because you just don't know. You need to try it and practice with it and even laugh with it. See how it all turns out later when it's dry. When I show you some of the things I've done with some of these prints, I think you'll be pretty pleased. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to waste paper, don't think of this as wasting. Think of it as an example for the next project that you don't know about yet. So I'm going to set this aside. And then I'm going to show you some things I've done. Now let's go back to this print before I change directions here. So now I think I could add a sailboat to this, but I really like this just the way it is. I could add a sailboat to this. I see I've already gotten some yellow spots of ink here, but it's art. I could add it there. I could actually add 2 sailboats. One over here. I don't know what I'm going to do, so you'll have to look in the comments section or follow me over on Instagram at card.connoisseur and see my completed projects from today's video. Now here's another thing that I told you I'd show you my mistakes. Here's one that I did. I believe the bottom half of it was wet. You can see how it kind of bled into the water there. And I had no idea I was going to put these trees here. I don't like this. I think it looks I just don't like it. So one of the things you can do when you have a print that you don't like, even if you've put it away and the next day you look and you don't like, you can take some kind of a round structure like this. Here's my paint roll or my tape roll, and you can trace around it and you can decide to cut it out. That's how this one came to be. Now I did this with a die, but this, I had screwed it up down here, so I added the orange up there, added some little birds, and see, it's about the same size as this one. So you could just set this aside. Maybe you don't have to know right now what you're going to do with it, or maybe you can take another print and you decide that you're going to add it onto there for a card front. I think that's pretty neat. So then you'll have a collection of things like this that you can use for other projects. Now this one took a little thinking on my part, but this is a card design that I saw on Pinterest. And what I did was I took 2 or 3 pieces, big pieces of the watercolor paper, and I started punching out. Now, a couple of these are from actual scrapbook paper that have a print on them. But you can find this on Pinterest and you can do your own ideas. I have a couple different sizes of paper punches with the circle. And I just went crazy and I just started punching out all these circles. Now this is from some print that I did. You might think, oh, what are you going to do with that? Just throw it away. Don't throw it away. Just keep them together and then punch out some shapes and put them together like this. I also ran it through an embossing folder to give it some texture. So this is another idea of something you can do with the prints that turn out that you're just not sure what to do with them. And the last thing that I'm going to show you, I think is pretty amazing. I didn't put this together yet, but this is it was a little challenge to me to figure this out. But again, it's using the prints that I punched out, these, and makes this card. And so when I do assemble it, I'll put this piece across here. So however you do it, which I will explain, it only comes together for the eye, I'll say, to have a piece that goes across the center like this. So it can be a piece of ribbon, it can be printed cardstock, it can be solid, it can be white, whatever your theme is. And how this is put together, and I hope if I take it apart, I can get it back together. You're going to punch, or with some kind of a thing, you're going to use some kind of circle shapes, if you don't have a punch or a die, that are gradually smaller. You're going to punch or cut 3 of each print of each size, so that you have a large and a medium. Maybe it's just 2, but I did 3. So a large, a medium, small of the same print. And then you're going to stack them opposite. So this is the smallest of this one. Then this is the medium, and this is the smallest of this one. So you're just going to put them, stack them all on the one edge like this. And I think you can see that when this text one is on top here, and it butts up against the large one of the text, that's how the eye sees it, as a continuous movement. So when you get this across here, doesn't it really look like it's a continuous movement? Now, I don't know, I don't think I have that right. I think I have to put this over here. Yes, I think I did that wrong. Make sure you look on Pinterest, because I've been known to make here some mistakes. This is the way it has to go. Okay, so that each one of these continues from the bottom half circle up to the top half circle of the same print. Is that understandable? 3 different sizes of the same paper. Then use the large one on the top or bottom, and then the smallest one on the top or bottom opposite. So you can see the small one of the print goes from here and up and over, then the medium one up and over, and then the large one of the blue up and over. And now we're just going to place this down here like this. And that makes such an interesting design. Now I could put it like this on a card front. I could put it like this, and it also gives space if I want to put this through an embossing folder and add texture to it. I could add vines, I could have flowers on there, I could have a big greeting sentiment. So there's so much you can do. So I encourage you, play with your ink and water or your watercolor paints. Play, play, play. Today is kind of a foggy, rainy, smoky Saturday, so it'd be a perfect day to play. Then set your prints aside that you don't know what they're going to be, or use them. Make it into a postcard or send it as a card to someone. Make sure to sign it because you're the artist. Make a card like this. Punch out the pieces of all the extra sheets of watercolor paper that you don't know what to do with, or make a design like this, or make something like this. I encourage you, play with ink or watercolor paints. Just play, play, play. Make different prints. And then just be pleased with yourself that you tried it, that you learned something new. And someday you're going to open up the drawer like I'm going to do, and I'm going to see this and I'm going to say, oh, does it go this way? Or does it go this way? I kind of like this. I could put a this, this, and this. So I get so excited about playing with ink. I thank you for joining me today. Make sure that you hop over to my Instagram page and see the finished cards, or in the comments section here on my YouTube channel. I'll put the name of this resist crayon in the comments, and I encourage you to try it out. Thanks for joining me today. Now go get crafty.